humans, I'm Yoshiller, and welcome back to some more Pokemon BATAW! Alright, I messed up the timing there, but you get it. Folks, today's video shall be a 6-on-6 single battle against a player known as Meaty McSpice. But, more importantly, he wanted this single battle to have the no restrictions rule set, which means I can do this. For the first time in this series, I'm going to bring both my Darmanitan to a battle. We got my Unovan Darmanitan and my Galarian Darmanitan. They're the muscle of the team. The other four Pokemon are support, or anchors, if you will, more defensive, more tactical Pokemon. But these two Darmanitan, I mean, just one Darmanitan can sweep a team. But two, with slightly different typing and slightly different abilities, both of which are OP, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, now I said the code was 5919, and I'm going to go ahead and find my opponents, and we're going to do this no restrictions battle. And we're going to see if two Darmanitan can be enough to overwhelm him and shut him down. But if he's doing no restrictions, that could mean that either he has some Pokemon that he's transferring that he wants to be able to use today, or that he wants to use some almighty powerful legendary or mythical Pokemon. So we'll see exactly why he wants no restrictions. Or it could be like previous opponents and he just wants no restrictions because one or two moves are changed because all Pokemon will be level 100. Maybe he's testing me to see if my Pokemon are level 100. Well, joke's on you, Meaty McSpice. They are. Alright, he decided to quit deciding the rules, so I shall decide the rules, and I shall pick no restrictions. I hope that's what you want. I hope that your Pokemon are level 100. I hope you're ready to throw down. No holds barred. Let's do it. No restrictions. That means anything can appear. Whatever Pokemon you transferred from the past, whatever moves they could have had in the past can be used now. The music, we'll just do the bead battle theme, and then Team 4. Put this team together just for today. 2 Darmanitan and a Quagsire, a Mawile, a Goodra, and a Froslass. They're all awesome, but the Darmanitan are the highlights of the team. That's right, the plural of Darmanitan is still Darmanitan. It's not Darmanitan. Alright, anyway, joking aside, let's see what he's got. Aha! I can tell based on his first Pokemon why he wanted no restrictions. He wanted to bring Silvally. He also probably transferred some of these other Pokemon. But alright, Silvally, Toxapex, Incineroar, Alolan Ninetales, Mimikyu, and Excadrill. So a pretty aggressive team, but mostly physically offensive. Ninetales is a special attacker, but Toxapex is defensive. So I think I should start with Mawile, and then after that the order doesn't matter. I can just intimidate something, and even if he starts with Ninetales, which he might, Mawile would be super effective toward it. I would have a steel move that would be quad effective. So, alright. This is a fascinating team. Silvally. That's a Pokemon I have yet to fight in the series. And also, I hate that it's actually pronounced Silvally and not Silvally. And if you guys think I'm making that up, watch the Pokemon anime. It's Silvally because it's supposed to be your ally, your buddy Pokemon. It evolves from type Null via friendship. But alright, Silvally. Where are we going? Alright, you have Pokemon Shield. And you have that background, which means I think we're going to the Ice Arena. It's either the Ice Arena or the Default Arena, but I think that background makes it the Ice Arena. Yes, it does! Alright, I'm ready for this. Toxapex! Alright, well, I guess it should have been pretty obvious that you could have started with this, but for some reason I just didn't think about it. I also appreciate that it's shiny, so good job. Shiny Toxapex looks awesome. This is an interesting scenario because neither one of us is really hindered by this start, but neither one of us really benefits from it either. We can't do too much to each other. You can't poison me. I don't have a super effective hit for you. I chose Fire Fang over something like Thunder Punch, but I could Dynamax and start setting up now, but that wouldn't do me much good, right? I can't deal too much damage to you. You probably are holding Black Sludge or something. So I guess now's my time to switch. I think Quagsire would be the safest bet because in case he goes on the offensive and uses a Water type move, Quagsire would have Water Absorb and would be able to, well, absorb it. I doubt he'd go for a Poison move because I don't think he predicted a switch. He's going for Toxic Spikes. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to shut that down. I didn't bring a Poison-type Pokemon on my team, and none of my Pokemon right now have Rapid Spin. But I'm going to go on the offensive. He doesn't have any Pokemon that would be immune to this. So even if he switches right now, I should be able to deal a decent chunk of damage. He is switching out. What's he going into? Ninetales? Silvally, or Silvally! French Silvally? Oh, wait, is that the Flying-type one? Huh. It's very blue. I could almost mistake it for the Water-type Silvally. Well, no. I need to save my Dynamax for Darmanitan, either of them, because they're both holding choice items. If I Dynamax them, that allows them to pick a different attack. Alright, Flying-type Silvally, that's fascinating. Definitely messed me up there. I wouldn't have been able to tell that from Team Preview. Sword Stance. That actually could be a problem. If he is the Flying-type Silvally, that means his signature move, Multi-Attack, will be Ice-type. If you were to Dynamax right now and use that move, that would boost his speed, and with +2 attack and boosted speed, there isn't too much I'd be able to do, especially now that he has Toxic Spikes on the field, so I wouldn't be able to really use Froslass to shut him down. So, maybe I should switch back into Mawile and utilize Mawile's Intimidate ability. It's not much, but Mawile is defensive, and even lowering his attack by 1 stage could save me later on. I think he's going to attack now. And if he uses his multi-attack move, it won't deal much to Mawile because she's defensive, and she would resist it. Swords Dance again. Alright, I mean, I'd love to keep switching back and forth, but that's not going to do me much good, right? Man, Ice Punch barely did anything. Mawile might be a little stronger than Quagsire. Is it worth just trying to attack you? Ugh. I keep leaning on that Dynamax button, but I have to keep telling myself, no, I have 2 Darmanitan that can better benefit from it. Dang! Oh my god! Oh, that was a critical hit. Well, still, shoot, that did a lot. Although, it does tell me how defensive my Mawile is. That was a critical hit at +3 attack, neutral damage, and it did not take out Mawile, whose defenses are decent, but not anything too major. Alright, let's hope that you're using Iron Head again, because that means that Quagsire can probably take this. My Mawile's Intimidate ability is going to be extremely useful later, because as I mentioned, his team is extremely physically oriented. Besides Ninetales, who Mawile could potentially take out, although probably not at this point, her health is too low. So okay, I take that hit. Now, do I switch back into Mawile and get another Intimidate off? That wouldn't do too much. He'd still be at +2 attack. I would just have to hope that I can take whatever hit he throws out. He's not Dynamaxing, which benefits me. So we could be saving the Dynamax maybe for Incineroar or Excadrill in the back. Or Ninetales. I doubt he'd want to Dynamax Ninetales, though. There's the multi-attack. That's what I was waiting for. Alright, this is going to hurt. Quagsire, can you take it? Nope. Yeah, she is a bit more specially defensive than physically defensive. That's okay. Mawile, no. Well, you know what? You didn't boost your speed. You might be fast, but against a Choice Scarf Darmanitan, I think my Darmanitan's going to be faster. And if you're flying type, which you are, I should be able to take you out right here. Now, Icicle Crash can miss. So, in fear of that, maybe now's the time I should start setting up. Maybe now's the time I should use my Dynamax, because I can at least get the Hail going. If you want to send in Ninetales next to try and take advantage of the Hail, I would love that, because then I would just use a Fire move and try to take it out. The only concern would be Incineroar, but I have a Fighting type move to try and take that out too. So I think now's the time to Dynamax. Now's as good a time as any. This is when I'd have the most health, because that poison is slowly going to chip away at me. Silvally, I think, is the biggest threat on his team, though. Especially now that it has +3 attack. I need to take it out now. It's a heavy hitter. It's a heavy hitter, man. Incineroar is a problem, too, but we'll deal with it when we get to it. So is Excadrill, actually. They could all be sweepers. We gotta get through them one at a time. So, Silvally, or Silvally. That's how I'm pronouncing it, right? Is that French? French? Spanish, maybe? No, Spanish doesn't end words with an accent on the E. The accent on the E would just go in the middle of a word, right? I don't know. But it's gone now. I commend you for using one that's not natively English. I commend you for using one at all. It's technically a legendary or mythical Pokemon, and normally I'm kind of against fighting them, but I kind of make an exception for that and Melmetal, just because they're a bit more niche. All right, Excadrill. All right, I think it's better for me to set up Max Knuckle and get my attack boost. Oh, he's taking it back. Oh, is he gonna switch into? Yeah, Mimikyu. That was a good play. He totally read me. He read me like a book. How'd you know I was gonna go for the fighting one? Was it that predictable? I almost picked the fire one. I thought it was better to boost my attack. I did. Ugh, dumb of me. Alright, well then fine. You know what? I don't need to set up the heat. I may as well get the hail going again. That chip damage at the end of every turn can be beneficial. So we'll yeah, I mean, Mawile might go down due to the hail, but I think just dealing chip damage at the end of every turn will kind of negate the poison. Okay, what's he switching into? Toxapex coming back, that's smart. Yeah, he kind of should have done that from the get-go. I mean, yes, he wasted one of my Dynamax turns. That makes sense. But I don't have anything that I can really do to this Toxapex. I'm already poisoned, so it can't really do much more to me either. It can't burn me with Scald if it's running that. It can't use Toxic on me if it were running that. I'm a bit curious as to what other moves you would have. Toxic Spikes, probably Scald, probably Baneful Bunker. But my Dynamax would bypass that. So you're probably going to go for Baneful Bunker now to try and stall me out. Let's see. Well, in that case, I'm going to try and U-turn out of here. It's a shame that my Quagsire is already down. My Quagsire was the answer to this thing. But it's fine. Well, U-turn, you're not going for Baneful Bunker. You're probably going for an attacking move. And because of that, I guess Goodra would be the best. Goodra or Mawile? If he was using a poison-type move, Mawile would be immune to it, but then I just have to switch her out anyway, right? Goodra would take it no matter what. Froslass could be smart. Could Thunder Wave it, use Taunt, mess it up a little bit. Let's see what you were going to go for. If it's a poison-type move, that'd not be too bad, because Ghost resists poison, which is one of the things I forget about Ghost types. Let's see. Venoshock. Oh, you actually missed. I forgot Venoshock could miss. But yeah, that's a smart move. That's a move that deals more damage if the opponent is poisoned, right? So, I mean, that's a pretty standard strategy that for some reason I wasn't thinking of. But okay. You want to mess up my team? I'm going to mess up yours. We got Shiny versus Shiny. Here we go. Shiny support Pokemon versus Shiny support Pokemon. There we go. Paralyze you. Might not do much, but it could be beneficial later. Even just one turn of you being paralyzed could save me in this battle. Oof. Okay, not much. Like I said, Ghost resists poison. That was a critical hit. I didn't need you to get that critical hit. I did not need that. Didn't do much, but still. Toxapex isn't really known for attacking, but it is... I guess if it is going to have attacking moves, Venoshock and Scald are probably two of the best moves it could have. Alright, fine. Predicting that you're going to go for Venoshock again, I'm going to switch into Mawile. And then if you go into... frick, what do I want to do? My whole team's going to get poisoned. That's not the problem. The problem is he's going to use a water move or a poison move. Goodra would be able to take both hits pretty well. A critical hit against my Froslass, who was fragile, didn't even deal half damage. Goodra could take the hit. I gotta save my Mawile's Intimidate, because I know the second I send in Mawile, I'm just going to switch her back out. She can't do much to this thing. Toxapex being paralyzed is beneficial, but beyond that, not much. Okay, well, I'm poisoned, so you can't burn me. Doesn't matter, they're pretty much the same at this point. Normally, burn lowers the opponent's attack stat, but that doesn't matter because my Goodra is a special attacker. Now, I have to be smart because I think you're going to switch out. Problem is, if you don't switch out, then I kind of waste a turn. I would love to use Acid Spray, but you're probably going to predict that I'm going to use Thunderbolt, and you're going to switch into Excadrill. And Excadrill resists both Poison and Electric, so I'm going to use Flamethrower, predicting that you're going to switch into Excadrill, and then I will deal a super effective hit and hopefully KO it. So Toxapex is going back. Is it going to be Excadrill? John Incineroar. Is that Incineroar? It is. A shiny Incineroar. Alright. Well. I predicted that he would switch out. I didn't think Incineroar would be one of them. I guess the idea is simply that it could be holding an Assault Vest. Makes it specially defensive. And it's a physical attacker. My Goodra's more specially defensive, so I should probably get her out of here. Let's get Mawile in. Mawile's very close to death. This is the Pokemon she needs to intimidate. This and or Excadrill. So getting that Intimidate off is going to be useful. Also, this Incineroar doesn't have Intimidate, which is very good to know. It has Blaze, which will make its fire move stronger when it's closer to death. With any luck, I'll one-shot it, and we won't have to worry about that. But it not having Intimidate is good. But I got Intimidate. Get intimidated. Boom. Alright. Outrage. Oh, I didn't even know you could learn Outrage. Under normal circumstances, that's a great move for Incineroar to have, because even if you Dynamax it, it would lower the opponent's attack stat, so you could use it more as a defensive move. That just works out for me, but now I know you're going to go for a fire move, or something that can KO Mawile, so we're going to switch back. Oh, you're switching out, okay. Actually didn't think about that, but alright, Toxapex coming back in. Alright, fine. I'll keep doing this. Yeah, Shiny Sparkle, great. You know, actually having a shiny Pokemon is good if you want to stall out the timer, because the animation that plays for a shiny Pokemon takes up timer time. So if we keep switching out, we can stall out the timer. Although, you're winning, right? Oh, no, we both have 5 Pokemon left. Okay, well, we'll use Acid Spray, lower your special defense. Alright. I thought you'd switch back to Incineroar. I just have to hope you don't switch into Excadrill. Now you might think that I'm going to use Acid Spray or something again and switch into Excadrill. So maybe in that case, I should go for Dragon Pulse. Now you do have Ninetales, which would be immune to it. But I don't think you'd have much of a reason to switch into Ninetales right now. So I think Dragon Pulse is the safest play. I think you are going to switch. I just have to call this. I don't think you're going to leave Toxapex in. You can't do much. You used Recover, which was smart. But I need that paralysis to kick in if you're going to stay in. Because if you do stay in, you're at -2 special defense. Okay, you are switching. Back to Incineroar, back to Excadrill. Incineroar. Okay. So Dragon Pulse probably won't do much here. Now, I gotta do some big brain plays. Is he gonna think that I'm gonna switch and he's gonna use a different move, or is he gonna go for Outrage again? I don't know if he's going to go for Outrage again. He's going to be faster. My Goodra is not fast. I'm going to play this out. I'm going to go for Acid Spray and predict that he's going to go for a Fire move, thinking I'm going to switch out. Or he could be going for Darkest Lariat, which Goodra might not be able to survive. If he goes for Outrage again and Goodra goes down here, I'll just switch into Mawile next turn. He'll be locked into it, and then he'll pretty much be forced to switch. So, okay, he did go for Outrage. Unfortunate for me, but it be like that sometimes. Alright, well, the bulky wall of my team is down. The bulky walls of my team were down, but I've still got the muscle in the back. Alright, well, I could... Darmanitan's going to be faster. If he's locked into Outrage, I know he won't be able to pick anything else. I just fear that he would switch back to Mimikyu and kind of predict what I'm going to do. Okay, well, I guess I got to take up the opportunity, right? So, let's assume, then, that he's going to stay in and try and use Outrage, which probably would KO me. But I should be faster. And Superpower should KO it right here. Alright, Darmanitan, there's that muscle! One fire type to another. Goodbye. Alright, but now I'm locked into Superpower. So, if he sends in Mimikyu, I have to switch. And Mimikyu loves to set up Swords Dance first. I doubt he'd switch into Excadrill. If he did, I'll stay in and use Superpower again. But yeah, Ninetales, Mimikyu, Excadrill, and Toxapex. Yeah, I'm basically going to have to switch. No way he sends in Excadrill. He's probably going to send in Toxapex. Let's see. He could send in Ninetales, thinking that I'm locked into a move. Yeah, he knows I'm locked in. For I didn't use my Dynamax just yet, but that's okay. There's the snow warning. Alright, well, you know what, though? Ninetales is good for setting up Aurora Veil. It's pretty obvious he's going to go for Aurora Veil this turn. So, I pretty much have a safe switch. So, I'm going to go into Froslass, who will also be faster than this Ninetales. I could have switched into my other Darmanitan and gone for a Flare Blitz, which might have KO'd, but I think I'm going to be a bit more defensive here and use this to my advantage. So, there's the Aurora Veil. Alright. I need a turn or... it lasts for 5 turns minimum. I don't know what item that Ninetales is holding. If it's holding a Light Clay, then this thing will last for 7 turns. But I'm going to try and play this tactically. I don't think your Ninetales can do too much to the rest of my team, now that Goodra's already down. So let's paralyze it. Okay. Also, it is a shiny Ninetales. You've got a lot of shiny Pokemon. Wow, that actually missed. I got lucky there. I was ready for Froslass to go down. But since she didn't go down, I guess I can Destiny Bond it. Kind of makes my Thunder Wave a bit useless, but hey, if it takes down the Pokemon, it takes down the Pokemon. And then we'll be tied. We'll each have 3 Pokemon remaining, each with their fair share of status inflictions. Alright. Now, let's see if you're attacking this turn. I kind of hope you are. I kind of hope that my Thunder Wave is useless. Yay! My Thunder Wave was actually useless, and I can use that to my advantage to take down your Alolan Ninetales. Goodbye! From one shiny Ice type to another. Goodbye. Although you played that well, too. You were very smart knowing that my Darmanitan was locked into one move. Alright, well, he only has physical attackers left. I mean, he has Toxapex, but he might send in Toxapex next. But, in case he sends in Incineroar or Excadrill, Mawile is the smarter play. Let's see. Toxapex being paralyzed, he might not send it in. I'm not sure. Knuckles! That's Excadrill. Alright. Well, then my Intimidate works. Good, good, good. Now, he hasn't Dynamaxed yet. I could totally see him Dynamaxing now, using a Rock-type move, getting a Sandstorm going, and proccing his Sand ability, because he doesn't have Mold Breaker. The game would have told me if he had Mold Breaker by now. So, I'm ready to go down. He's going to set up. That might be troublesome for me. My Galarian Darmanitan could be faster with a Choice Scarf, but I am not certain. As it stands, this is troublesome for me. Although I did Intimidate it, so maybe I could take a hit. What I probably should have done is I probably should have switched Pokemon and thrown Mawile back in again with another Intimidate, but I don't know if it would have been wise to sack one of my Darmanitan. I think it's smarter that I left this in, because then he has to use a turn KOing it. No matter what, he was going to KO one of my Pokemon. Would it have been smarter to keep Mawile alive? I don't know, her health was already so low. Oh, she actually survived! And the Sandstorm won't KO her. Wow, okay, well then that means I'll take up 2 turns of your Sandstorm. Or of your Dynamax. Only 1 turn of your Sandstorm. 2 turns of your Dynamax. Okay, but the Sandstorm will still be a problem. Maybe I should switch. If I were him, I would go for a Steel-type Dynamax move and boost my defense. because he knows I only have physical attackers left. And if he is going to go for a Steel-type move, then my Unovan Darmanitan should be able to take this. And then I can switch back into Mawile, get another Intimidate off, and lower his attack again. Okay, so yeah, I did predict that. He could have also gone for Max Knuckle, but I think it's smarter that he went for Steel Spike. Now, it's a bit more problematic for me, because, well, as I pointed out, my Pokemon are physical attackers, him boosting his defense messes me up, but Excadrill isn't too defensive of a Pokemon, so I probably can get through it with my Darmanitan. It's going to be the Toxapex that's a problem, because he could stall out this poison. 3 minutes left. Yep, he definitely could stall out the poison. We have an even amount of Pokemon remaining right now, but if I don't take out Excadrill right now, I'll only have 2 Pokemon, and he'll win the timeout war. If we have the same amount of Pokemon remaining, he'll probably still win the timeout war, because he'll have more health collectively overall. How much health is Excadrill? And I think Excadrill has a decent amount of HP, if I recall correctly. Alright, Mawile is down. Kind of glad he used that move, because it'll only boost his special defense, which doesn't benefit him too much here because I'm using physical attackers. Alright, so he's at -2 attack. He's going to be pretty fast through that sandstorm. Let's see if Galarian Darmanitan is faster. Let's give this a whirl. And then Mimikyu and Incineroar in the back. I have to be careful. Because if I use a fighting type move and I'm locked into it, I can't beat Mimikyu. So I guess the smarter play is to go for Flare Blitz. I mean, yeah, Flare Blitz and Superpower deal the same amount of damage. The recoil damage is going to suck, but at least it means I could try to take out Mimikyu the next turn. Because I imagine that's what he'd send in next. He could send in Incineroar next, but I don't think he will. Dang, how defensive is that Excadrill? Wait, what? Weakness policy defensive Excadrill? Can't say I'm used to seeing that. Well, I'm doomed. So basically, those attack drops I did, negated. Frick. And he still has +1 defense from the Dynamax. Alright, well, with this Darmanitan, I'll still get same type attack bonus. Now, Galarian Darmanitan was faster, sure, but that doesn't mean my Unovan Darmanitan will be faster, because Galarian Darmanitan had the choice Scarf. This Darmanitan has the choice Band. If I'm faster, I can KO it. I'll get Stab, yeah, okay, I'm not faster. I did what I could, guys! I just got outplayed! He had an aggressive team, what can I say? Silvally and Excadrill and Mimikyu. Incineroar, Toxapex, and Alolan Ninetales. The Ninetales is defensive, but still. Nicely done, my man. I think I did what I could. There are some things I probably could have played differently. I probably could have used Mawile at different times. I should have probably not gone for Max Knuckle when I was Dynamax Darmanitan. But hindsight's 20/20, right? He read me. Good job. Very good job. Huh. That was actually a good battle. Alright, folks, well, if you also want to challenge me and have a good battle against me, there's a form you can fill out in the description down below. For now, that wraps up this episode of Pokemon BATAW. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all in future videos. Bye-bye, humans! Whoosh! Hey, thank you for watching my video all the way to the end. If you want to know what other types of videos I plan to make, or if you just want to try and keep in touch with me, you can either subscribe to my YouTube channel here by clicking the button down below, or you can follow my Twitter account, @RealYoshiller. I post previews, and I post when I'm going to events, and if you want to interact with me, that's probably the best place to do so. Either way, I appreciate any and all support that you guys have, and I hope to see you all in the future. Woohoo!